What's up, guys? This is Corey.
This is Alan.
Welcome to CNA Films and Animation.
It's May 3rd and it's snowing outside.
Yes.
And we just got back from watching Iron Man 3.
Yes, we did. So, before we get into our actual review, I wanted to give out a few shout-outs to some people who I think truly deserve extra viewership, need more subscribers, and need more views on their channels. The first guy I want to mention is GreatGeekGameReviews. This guy mainly does horror movie reviews, but he does a really good job. He's young, but he does a very thorough job at reviewing these films, and I really like his what he has to say about the different films that he reviews. So I really like his reviews, and I highly recommend that you guys check him out. Next, going to say I recommend that you check out RealHorrorReviews. This guy, he obviously does horror movie reviews, but he does a really good job at them as well. I like what he has to say with his movie reviews, and again, he does a really good job. Next guy I want to mention is Narva72, and this guy does a lot of video game Let's Plays, I'll call it that. He does a really good job. He's funny. I really like his videos. I recommend that you guys check out his channel as well. So links to their channels will be in the description. Hope you guys check them out, and let's get on to the Iron Man 3 review.
Iron Man 3 starts out short time after the Avengers, and Tony starts having trouble coping with after the events of
Iron Man, or the Avengers.
Yes.
For those who haven't seen it, spoiler alert, pretty much he goes through a wormhole, and this kind of messes with him psychologically. He's kind of going through post-traumatic distress disorder.
Yes.
And he starts having panic attacks when New York keeps getting brought up and everything. And now he has to deal with a new threat that is a terrorist known as the Mandarin.
Yes.
Played by Ben Kingsley. And first off, I want to say that this is going to be completely spoiler-free. No spoilers will be in this video.
Except for the spoiler of Avengers.
Other than that, yeah.
But it's been a year, I think we're good.
Yeah. Like I said, no spoilers in this video. If you do want a spoiler...
Well, we already had a spoiler, so you're already lying. You're lying to our audience.
What can I say? There'd be no spoilers for Iron Man 3. How about
there
that?
You go.
Okay, no spoilers for Iron Man 3, but the Avengers is up in the air, If you haven't seen it yet, you're probably not going to.
If you're watching this, why? If you didn't want to see Avengers, why are you watching this?
But for those who are still around, if you want to see a spoiler-filled review, just say something in the comments. We'll happily do it. What do you think of Iron Man 3?
Generally, I like this film. There are several, I guess, little problems I had with the film. Won't get into spoilers or anything. There is a huge part, like every reviewer is going to say, that in the middle of the film, that's going to divide the fans. It will.
It's shocking, I'll put it that way.
Yeah. I think they can build off it. I think they could use it in the future, actually. I'll say more than that if we do a spoiler-filled episode.
Yeah. Anyway, what was your like, what were some of the positives for this film?
I like seeing all the Iron Man suits, the different ones. They don't really get into too big of explaining any of the suits. I didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
They were neat to see, but they just kind of just show up and that's it.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, but for their short part in the film, it is really good.
One thing that I really liked was the visuals. The special effects in this movie, and especially the gadgetry that comes with this, with Tony Stark and everything, is just amazing. A lot of great detail. Just some really cool technology was in this film, and I really liked it on that aspect. He has a suit that pretty much, similar to the Avengers, kind of just throws itself onto him, by itself, and it's rather neat.
This film, I guess, is people said it's the most comic book-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with it. It works for the film. It's the funniest of the three.
Mm-hmm.
The humor can be hit or miss
Mm-hmm.
at times. Still had a good time with it.
Yeah, I felt that the humor in this was not quite as good as the Avengers. I found myself laughing harder and more frequently with the Avengers than I did with this film. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad film. I mean, it's an action film with some comedy thrown in. It's not a comedy with action thrown in or something. But I do feel that some of the jokes really don't work here and there. I just sometimes it's thrown into random places, and it just didn't mix well with what was happening in the film.
Okay.
But overall, I did enjoy this film.
Did you have any dislikes with the film?
Without getting spoilerish, I will say this: I did not like the ending.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't thrilled with the ending either.
We won't say what the ending was, but something happens that I felt was too much on the weird side, I guess.
For the universe they've made, it's like, oh, okay.
And I guess they'll make it work somehow, but it just it just kind of threw me back a little bit, and it kind of made me go, I don't know about that.
Yeah. The soundtrack is not all that great. The music, I guess that is the soundtrack, right?
Yeah.
Songs.
Yeah.
Was in it because they list several that I didn't hear through it. I may not.
Some of the songs that they had in there, I didn't mind. I mean, this is technically, I guess you could consider this to be a Christmas movie.
Yeah, weird.
It's set around Christmas.
It's set around Christmas and it's snowing outside. Coincidence? I think so.
But yeah, the song list was different, but I do like some of the songs that they have in here.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle.
Shane Black directed this film, and the only other film that he directed was Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which I will review in the future, but I will say that it is one of my favorite dark comedy Christmas movies, I guess. Robert Downey Jr. was in it as well, and it just was odd seeing him come from a smaller film to a big budget
film.
Yeah, a superhero film. And it was a little on the weird side. And I did like his direction, I do think that some of his choices is on the iffy side.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can blame it on him because he didn't. I don't think he wrote the film.
Yeah. I think, I don't know for sure, but I think it was editorial choices early on.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there was 2 very short scenes missing.
Okay.
From it because they don't tell you this, and then they bring it up later, and it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but we weren't told it was a big deal earlier. It just felt like there was something missing.
Okay. But yeah, it's an enjoyable installment.
Yeah.
You're certainly going to be entertained, and it's definitely worth your money for a theater experience. We saw this in 2D, so we can't really speak on the 3D aspect of it.
The cameo by Stan Lee is amazing. Not as amazing as the Avengers, but it's still pretty good.
I still think that my personal favorite Marvel cameo of Stan Lee goes to Amazing Spider-Man, but that's just me.
Oh,
The library scene.
okay, yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I said Avengers, didn't I?
Yeah.
He should have been in it. No, yeah.
Avengers was him playing chess. And stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking of that one. Yeah, the Spider-Man one is amazing.
His cameo was funny in this one, but nowhere near as close as the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add? I'm keeping that in there.
Okay. It's a huge spoiler. He lies.
So what would you give this out of 10?
I like some of the direction, acting was pretty good overall. Really nice visuals. The story is okay. The twist in it, there is a twist, but everyone's going to say that. That is comes out of the blue. I didn't see it coming. I'll give this film probably a 8.3.
8.3? Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I did have some issues with it. It did take me a little bit to roll with some of the twists that went on in this film. But, once I accepted it and went with it, it enhanced the experience a little better. I'm probably going to give this film, for me, an 8 out of 10. It's probably not my favorite Iron Man movie. I barely remember the second one, but I did really like the first one. And it's definitely not like my favorite superhero movie out there. But I did enjoy myself. And as always with Marvel films, stay tuned for after the credits. This one I don't think is at their strongest after credit scene, but I guess
it ties into that they're going to have another film, which we already knew that.
Yeah. Whether it's with Robert Downey Jr. or not, we're not sure.
I bet it will be.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone else playing Tony Stark, but neither can hardly anybody
Beginning
else.
of the next movie, Tony Stark dies. What the fuck?
Yeah. But, yeah. Sure. So, tell me guys, have you seen Iron Man 3? If you have, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What'd you think of the twist? Without being spoilerish in the comments. Share your thoughts on the film. We'd love to hear it. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Be sure to check out our other videos. And I'm Corey.
I'm Alan. Thanks for watching.